Students are awaiting the arrival of presidential hopeful Beto O'Rourke. We have live coverage on Risman Plaza.
The unredacted transcript of a phone call between the president of Ukraine and President Trump has sparked a formal inquiry into impeachment. We have all the updates.
And the Buckeye State is one step closer to the banning of vaping products. What Republican lawmaker is introducing new law and forming a new committee? Your Wednesday edition of TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Hundreds are gathered on Risman Plaza awaiting the arrival of presidential hopeful Beto O'Rourke. Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. I'm Lexi Biasi.
And I'm Kimmy Daniels. Kent State College Democrats announced O'Rourke's visit to campus last week and just yesterday moved his speech to the inside of the Student Center because of talks of open carry protests along Risman Plaza. But today the event was moved back outside.
Now, O'Rourke has been in Ohio since yesterday, and as of now, he hasn't arrived on campus, but our Connor Steffen is outside as students and community members await his arrival. Connor, what are things like out there?
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm currently standing outside of the Kent State Student Center here on Risman Plaza. It is a lively environment here tonight. We have students, protesters, we have everyone from all around Portage County awaiting Beto O'Rourke to come and speak here. Right behind me, Beto will be here soon. We do not know exactly when, but he was in Youngstown earlier today, made his way up to Rootstown, and now he is en route to Kent State. Everyone interested to see what he will be speaking about here tonight at Kent State, especially when it comes to gun control. In the past, Beto has been very outspoken when it came to the topic, and given Kent State's history, it'll be very interesting for most to see what he will be saying on the topic. Now, again, I said we have protesters all around Risman Plaza. They are currently having open gun demonstrations, silent open gun registrations right behind me. It is a lively environment here tonight. Not sure what to expect when it comes to the next couple of minutes or the next hour, but we will be sure to update you coming up in the broadcast. Make sure you tune into @TV2KSU on Twitter for more updates and coverage on when Beto O'Rourke will be here. Reporting here in Kent, Connor Steffen, back to you guys.
Ohio since yesterday. He visited striking UAW workers in Westchester before visiting Dayton's Oregon district, where 9 people were killed in a shooting last month. He then spoke to students at Ohio State University last night. Now, earlier today, he visited with labor leaders near the closed GM plant in Lordstown before speaking here on campus tonight. He's expected to plug some of his more controversial ideas during his speech tonight, like buying back all AK-47 and AR-15s. But of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the night. In switching gears, more than 100 dogs have been seized from one single Ohio home. The Humane Association of Warren County seized 111 poodles and poodle mixes from an undisclosed location in southwest Ohio yesterday. When confronted, the owner gave the dogs up willingly and will not be charged. The owner is currently undergoing mental health treatment. All of the dogs survived, but humane officials say caring for them won't be an easy task. Many of the dogs have fleas, skin infections, and some are even blind. All 111 dogs will be going up for adoption within the next several weeks.
The Board of Health has confirmed a case of Bacterial Legionnaires disease in Cuyahoga County. A patient who spent time in assisted living came down with the disease. However, the exact source of the bacteria has not been confirmed. The water system at Altenheim Senior Living Community has been shut down pending an investigation.
Looking at the weather right now in Kent, we're about 75 degrees and cloudy in parts. We are seeing the sun just a little bit here and there. Humidity has gone down a lot. It's about 39% right now, so it's nice and cool outside. We are going to be seeing a little bit of rain here soon, about 30 to 40 minutes, but just a few scattered showers here and there. Looking across all of northeast Ohio, temperatures are about the same through all the towns here. High 70s, low 80s, not too much difference. And looking ahead to tonight in Kent, it is going to get pretty cloudy, as you can see, throughout the night. Chances of scattered showers here and there, not too much rain though, and temperatures are going to drop to about 67 around midnight, so it's going to be a chilly night. And that's all I have for weather right now. Stay tuned for my full forecast to find out what you can expect tomorrow and this weekend.
Juul has stepped down and the company has stopped all advertising amid the growing number of vaping-related deaths. CEO Kevin Burns will be replaced by Casey Crosthwaite, a major investor in Juul and chief officer at tobacco company Altria. Juul also announced their new marketing strategy, suspending all TV, print, and digital ads and stopping some lobbying efforts. Many states are looking to ban vaping altogether, including Ohio. A Republican lawmaker from Strongsville has introduced legislation to ban the sale of flavored vaping products in Ohio. This law would also create a committee to study the health effects of vaping. Governor Mike DeWine says he favors the ban in Ohio. The Ohio Health Department has identified 17 cases of breathing illnesses likely caused by vaping and is still investigating 22 additional cases.
The Ohio Department of Health announced the state's first deadly case of the West Nile virus in 2019. A 68-year-old man died last night after contracting the virus. Ohio reported 68 cases of the Nile virus in 2018, 6 of them being deadly. The West Nile virus is an infectious disease carried by mosquitoes. Here in Ohio, it's most common in May through October. As of now, there are no vaccines or medication to treat or prevent West Nile virus. But if you experience a headache, fever, or rash after being bit by a mosquito, you are advised to go to the hospital. And still to come on TV2 News, there is an open carry rally happening on campus right now. We'll take you to Risman Plaza right after the break.
And get a closer look at how one campus organization is honoring the anniversary of May 4th in a unique, fashionable way.
And after the break, find out when you can be expecting rain this upcoming week.
Get strawberries?
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. Just steps away from where O'Rourke plans to speak, an open carry walk is currently being held on the Risman Plaza.
Our reporter Maria DeBone is outside the Student Center.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at the Kent State Student Center where the open carry demonstration is set to take place. Now, when the Kent State Democrats announced presidential candidates Beto O'Rourke's arrival here at Kent State, an alumni said that he was going to create an open carry demonstration. Now, behind me, the crowd is just heating up. There are lots of people arriving here right now in anticipation of Beto O'Rourke's appearance at around 6:30, and reporter Connor Steffen is going to have more on that. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Maria DeBone. Back to you guys.
The White House has released what they classified as, quote, not a verbatim transcript of the July 25th phone call between President Trump and his Ukrainian counterpart. This comes after Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi announced a formal impeachment of President Trump yesterday, saying his interaction with the Ukrainian president was a breach of his constitutional responsibilities. Karen Kaifa is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
The transcript of the call between President Donald Trump and the president of Ukraine has just been released. In the transcript, Trump repeatedly asks President Zelensky to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son and to speak with his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. A lot of European countries are the same way, so I think it's something you want to look at. But the United States has been very, very good to Ukraine. I wouldn't say that it's reciprocal necessarily because things are happening that are not good, but the United States has been very, very good to Ukraine. This transcript was released one day after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced a formal impeachment inquiry against Trump.
The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
House GOP leadership sharply critical of the speaker.
Speaker Pelosi happens to be the Speaker of this House, but she does not speak for America when it comes to this issue.
Ukraine's president denies Trump pressured him over anything.
Nobody can put pressure on me because I'm the president of an independent Ukraine. There's only one person who can pressure me, and it's my 6-year-old son.
For some Democrats, the reports marked a turning point.
I do see this as the most serious misconduct of the president thus far, and that comes after a long history of other very serious misconduct.
President Trump has classified his conversation on that July phone call as perfect, and that this impeachment inquiry is a witch hunt. On Capitol Hill, I'm Karen Kafa.
Looking at the weather for tomorrow, we are going to be seeing temperatures as similar as what we saw today. The high tomorrow being 75 and mostly cloudy, but we will be seeing the sun at times. And looking ahead to tomorrow night as well, it's going to get clear and cooler with temperatures at 49 degrees. I think this is the first temperatures we've seen all fall with the low 50 degrees, so it is going to be very cool. It's going to be cooler than we've seen tomorrow night. And then looking ahead at the 7-day, you can see that these summer temperatures just don't want to go away. We have 73 degrees tomorrow, Thursday. Then on Friday, 79 degrees, mostly sunny throughout the day, but we do have a chance for an afternoon thunderstorm as well. And Saturday and Sunday, you can see partial sunshine, 82 and 80, and we do have a chance for a shower on Saturday. Now Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are going to be very warm, high 80s all throughout the beginning parts of next week. Monday is going to be very warm. Tuesday is going to be warm and humid. And on Wednesday, it's going to get up there to 88 degrees, so almost 90. And we do have a chance for some rain on Wednesday as well.
Yeah, that is a very large range of temperatures. Is it normal to see temperatures this high this time of year?
Not that normal, but good news is that after Wednesday, we are going to see those temperatures drop off and get back more into the fall.
That is good news. We
it's
are
really
ready
like
for fall.
our second summer.
Yeah.
I'm really just ready for fall, and yesterday we had that fall weather, and then today I was back to sweating.
Yeah, it was nice this morning, and then it gets really warm.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Rachel. Ahead of the 50th anniversary of May 4th, the Kent State Fashion Museum is implementing 1970s fashion in a new exhibit.
Reporter Cameron Calderwood stopped by the exhibit today to get a closer look. Cameron.
Thanks, guys. Today I visited the Kent State Fashion Museum to find out about their new exhibit, Culture Counterculture. Take a look.
We're very proud to be presenting this exhibition that we organize called Culture Counterculture, Fashions of the 1960s and 70s. Last year, the administration of the university challenged the entire community, and they said to us, look, next year it's the 50th commemoration of May 4th. We want you all to think about what kinds of programs, activities, workshops you can do that will be relevant, meaningful, will help us have tough conversations and help us remember.
So at the same time you had these changes in the fashion industry, you had these changes in the way people dressed, but then you have, of course, this conflict over Vietnam that ultimately results in the tragic events of May 4th. And so I wanted to explore that in the exhibition as well. So we include a uniform of someone who fought in Vietnam. We have the uniform of someone who was one of the guardsmen, the National Guardsmen, who was here at Kent State on May 4th. And then we have protest materials like armbands and stuff. And so it really explores this tension that you see between the culture and counterculture, ultimately results in sort of violent conflict that erupts between students and sort of the government that really comes to its head at May 4th.
Reaching out to a fashion major, I was able to find out what the exhibition means to Kent State students.
Clothing manifests all the different things that are going on in society and in culture at the time, and I think especially 1960s and 70s is such a interesting time period to look at, and especially with our connection to the Kent State shootings that happened, I think it's even more important and interesting to look at the way that clothing was.
There is an undeniable connection between fashion and culture.
You can tell a story about what was going on in society in those years by the difference in what people were wearing.
The exhibit opened September 19th and will remain open until September of next year. If you're interested in discovering the significance of the garments on display, the entire museum offers free access to all students. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Cameron Calderwood.
Thanks, Cameron. Secretary of State Frank Larose is considering looking at past voter purges to check if registrations were wrongly canceled after errors were discovered during the most recent cancellation. During a media roundtable last night, Larose said his office is reviewing data from all 88 boards of elections to determine how many were canceled and is considering checking for other errors in the process. Voting rights groups and state Democrats have been pressing for the review. And the medical examiner in Cuyahoga County has identified 2 of 4 bodies found in a Cleveland home on Cleveland's east side this weekend. 20-year-old DeJuan Williams and 23-year-old Christopher Monroe, along with 2 other unidentified victims, were confirmed to have been killed by gunshot wounds. Officials say the bodies were found in a vacant home and investigation is still ongoing.
Cleveland police announced the arrest of a suspect accused of exposing himself to children during recess outside of Stonebrook Montessori School on Monday. Police say the man is expected to be charged with voyeurism and public indecency. A teacher called the police after she observed the man masturbating while watching the children from across the street. Witnesses say he was hiding behind a tree with his pants at his knees with no underwear. Police have not yet released his name and stick with TV2 for updates.
Police lights aren't usually what you want to see on your way to homecoming, but when we come back, see how one officer made the night run smoothly for one high school senior.
And see how one Kent State team is linking up with another organization to give one special little girl the chance to be a part of the team.
Things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Hi guys, I'm your sports anchor, Nicole Bienvenue. The Cleveland Indians are one of 3 teams still in the wild card race, battling against the Oakland A's and the Tampa Bay Rays. The Indians are on the road to finish off the regular season, playing their next few games in Chicago and Washington, D.C. But with the return of last night's Jose Ramirez and the huge win against the Chicago White Sox, Indians fans remain hopeful. Let's check out the highlights from last night's game. And here we have Jose Ramirez at his first at-bat, back with the Indians from his right hand ham bone injury. He swings this one deep to right field, and it is out of the park for a grand slam. That puts the Indians 4-0 at the beginning of the game. Luplo, Puig, and Santana are all brought in. Roberto Perez follows up with that, and he swings one out as well. The Indians go on for their own home run derby this game. And here Ramirez is up to bat again, back from an injury, and here he swings it out of the park once more. That is Jose Ramirez. He just came back. Here we have rookie Oscar Mercado. He hits it out of the park, and the Indians go on to win this one 11-0. And now taking a look at the NFL. The Cleveland Browns have been without starting safety Demarius Randall in their last 2 games due to a concussion. He cleared protocol earlier today and is set to return to Browns practice and will be able to prepare for this Sunday's AFC North Division game against the Baltimore Ravens. However, Greedy Williams and Denzel Ward are still continuing to work their way back from hamstring injuries. Kickoff for Sunday's game is at 1 p.m. And Kent State women's volleyball begins conference play this weekend, starting with Friday night's game against the Miami Redhawks. and continues into Saturday with their game against the Bowling Green Falcons. The Flashes stand at 7-5 overall currently. Friday's game will be played in the MAC at 6 p.m. And the Kent State field hockey gained another member to their team today. 10-year-old Mary Alice Trida signed her national letter of intent with the entire field hockey team and her family there in attendance. Mary Alice is part of Team Impact, a nonprofit organization that connects children facing serious illnesses with college teams to form lifelong bonds. She'll be part of the team during practices and games and will be the team's captain against Miami on October 11th.
Something that we say on our team is we don't complain, we do the work, and I think Mary Alice is super exemplary of that and definitely an important part of our family now. And once you sign that letter, you'll have 25 big sisters who will always have your back from now on, so we're very excited to have you.
All right, so let me just start by saying that was probably the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Yes, very adorable. And it's like so heartwarming, and it's such an amazing opportunity for her to be able to do that with it. So thank you, Nicole, for your sports report. And we are again joined live with reporter Connor Steffen as students anxiously wait for the arrival of presidential candidate Beto O'Rourke.
And Connor, what updates do you have for us?
Yep, look at me, don't look about it. All right, guys, thank you. Yeah, I am still outside of the Kent State Student Center here on Risman Plaza. Still no word on when Beto O'Rourke is set to arrive. As you can see, the music is still going on. People are still awaiting Beto to arrive. A heavy police presence. There has been no outbreaks of fightings. It has been all friendly, silent protests going on, demonstrations, very peaceful, nothing to worry about on that aspect. I'm currently here with Kent State student Jason. Jason, tell me why you're here tonight to watch Beto speak.
So I feel like this is a really amazing opportunity. I'm really grateful to go to Kent State where presidential candidates come to speak. I missed Bernie and Hillary in the past, so I'm really excited to see Beto. I'm definitely going to vote in this election, so I want to be an informed voter, and I think this is a great opportunity to be informed. So.
Awesome. Now, again, I spoke on the environment earlier. Can you kind of elaborate on that? What's it like out here, Risman Plaza, Kent State?
For sure. Yeah, I'm right next to, on the right side, protesters, and there's been no confrontations, and I see a lot of people walking around with very leftist views as well, and I've seen zero confrontations, so it's really chill and relaxed. I'm glad people get to express themselves.
Awesome. Now, what are you most excited to hear Beto talk about tonight? Seems like it's going to be a very nice event here to hear a presidential candidate speak. What are you most excited to hear about from Beto?
So I watched the Democratic debates, and I heard Beto say, "Hell yeah, I'm going to take your guns." So I feel like that's his defining issue now. I'm really excited to hear him speak about that. As Kent State, we are well aware of Caitlin Bennett and the gun issues. So I'm really excited to hear him talk about that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jason. This is Connor Steffen reporting outside of Kent State's Student Center. Make sure you stick with the broadcast. Stick with @TV2 KSU on Twitter for updates on when Beto will be here and any breaking developments. Back to you guys.
And when we come back, find out how and why comic book fans across the country are uniting today. We'll be back in just 90 seconds.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Just a quick update, Beto O'Rourke is on campus, and whether you prefer Marvel or DC, it doesn't matter for today's festivities. That's right, it's National Comic Book Day. Across the U.S., people are celebrating everything about the books, the art, artists, and stories. The National Day calendar says comic books were first popularized in the U.S., and the first comics weren't superheroes, but comic books were collections of comics like the ones in newspapers.
It's National One Hit Wonder Day, and I made the mistake of listening to half of the songs on this list today. Take a guess at number 1, Take On Me by A-ha, and Come On With Me because Come On Eileen is number 2, and I'm not tainting this list because Tainted Love is number 3. My personal favorite on the list is Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. I'm gonna stop, I promise. I'm gonna stop now, but if you have time, definitely listen to the songs on this list. In a sweet moment caught on camera by a single mother in Park City, a police officer chose not to write her a ticket and instead helped her son. Lauren Steinbrecher has that story.
Learning how to tie a tie.
I can't even remember.
It's a lesson most boys get at some point. A lesson Jake realized he hadn't learned until he was running late for homecoming last Saturday.
I actually did Google a YouTube video.
He Googled 2 videos, actually, while Jake's friends and date waited.
They're like, we're all here. Are you on your way? And I was like, I haven't left the house yet.
Flustered and feeling the pressure, Mom raced Jake to her friend's house. She didn't come to a complete stop at this stop sign. Just their luck, they got pulled over.
I'm feeling like, A, I didn't know how to tie a tie to help him, and B, now I'm adding to his stress.
Something Officer Mike Carrillo could sense.
He was upset, and that I seen that, and I didn't think me giving his mom a citation was going to help issues any.
So he helped in this way instead, teaching Jake on the spot.
I think it's like the Windsor, he said, I believe.
What Officer Carrillo didn't know as he made the knot,
it's not every day you have a police officer tying your tie for homecoming, Jake,
is why Jake hadn't learned.
Everybody learned from their dads or whatever.
I'm a pretty can-do single parent, and he's a very independent kid who does a lot on his own. So when he does need help, it's not very often.
I know, I appreciate it.
Through this small gesture, Officer Carrillo filled a huge role.
To make an impression on someone's life, I'm always wanting to help people. So it hit home for me.
Now Jake knows.
That one was way better.
A lesson that goes way beyond.
Am I allowed to give you a hug?
Sure.
The perfect Windsor.
All right, I love those kind of stories.
I do
We
too.
already had one in our sports block, and now
I know,
these
that was
heartwarming
great to
stories
follow.
today. It's exactly what we need.
Yes, and so I know a lot of people are wondering about the weather since Beto's here. How is it going to be tonight?
Right, so tonight we are seeing some cooler temperatures. It is cloudy outside right now, partly cloudy, and we might be seeing some rain here in the coming hours, but right now it's pretty clear. Looking ahead for the rest of the week, it is cool right now, but over the weekend and into the start of next week, it is going to go back up into the 80s, high 80s for the beginning of next week. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all very warm, very hot. Possible showers here and there, but for the most part, just a mix of clouds and sun for the week ahead.
All right, and as we mentioned, Beto is on campus now, and he's headed to Risman Plaza, so we will be live on Twitter now with all those updates. And that is our report for this Wednesday evening. Thank you for joining us. You can always find the latest headlines and breaking news on Kent Wired.
And tune in tonight at 9 for an all-new episode of All Systems Go. I'm Kimmy Daniels.
I'm Lexi Biasi. Here's one last look at Risman Plaza. Have a great Wednesday night.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me playing world music.
What? I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.